Hello, welcome to my student support system. In today's class, we will discuss an important topic, that is tetralogy of Fallot. This lecture is in English, and if you want to study in Hindi, just click on I button and you will get link of Hindi lecture. Or you can visit my channel, my student support system. So what is tetralogy of Fallot? Let us discuss. Tetralogy of Fallot is a combination of four congenital anomalies. These four defects includes ventricular septal defect, pulmonary valve stenosis, a misplaced aorta, and a thickened right ventricular valve, or we can say right ventricular hypertrophy. This heart defect presents with four problems. These are a hole between the lower chambers of the heart, that is between the ventricles, an obstruction from heart to the lungs, means the blood is not flowing properly from the right ventricle to the lungs. Aorta lies over the whole of lower chamber and muscles surrounding the lower right chamber become overly thickened. You can understand this by this picture. Here you can see overriding aorta. This is first problem. Overriding aorta means that the aorta lies over the ventricular septal defect. Second is pulmonary stenosis, means the pulmonary valve that is thickened and very less amount of blood can go into the lungs for oxygenation. Then ventricular septal defect means hole between two ventricles. And fourth problem is right ventricular hypertrophy, means the wall of this ventricle is thick. Okay, so this is tetralogy of Fallot. So what are the sign and symptom of this disease? Number one, bluish discoloration of skin, that is cyanosis. Murmur, heart sound, clubbing of fingers. This is due to hypoxia of tissues. Poor weight gain, labored breathing, and ultimately, if not treated, heart failure may occur. What diagnostic investigation are done for this? Physical examination, which includes auscultation, ECG, chest X-ray, and cardiac catheterization to confirm the disorder. Treatment. Main treatment is surgical treatment. Still, sportive medical management is also done, which includes oxygen inhalation to treat cyanosis, antibiotics if infection is there, adequate or proper nutrition, and activity restriction. Then surgical management is also done. Surgical management for tetralogy of Fallot is two types of surgeries. One provide temporary improvement by a shunt known as shunt procedure or shunt operation to give more blood flow to the lungs. The other is complete repair of the two most important abnormalities that make the tetralogy of Fallot. Patients might have one or both surgery in their lifetime depending upon condition and need. First is shunt operation. In some patients, shunt operation may be done first to provide more blood flow to the lungs. This is not open heart surgery and it does not fix the inside of heart. The shunt, usually a small tube of synthetic material, swing between the body of artery and the aorta and the pulmonary artery to improve blood flow to the lungs for oxygenation. The shunt is removed when complete intracardiac, or we can say open heart surgery repair is done later on. Complete repair. Complete repair tends to be done early in the childhood life, but in some cases it can be done in adulthood. The surgeon closes the ventricular septal defect with a patch and relieve the obstruction of blood flow going to the lungs. This may be done by removing of some thickened muscle below the pulmonary valve and repairing or removing of obstructed pulmonary valve, and if needed enlarging the pulmonary artery branches that goes to each lungs. In this way complete surgery is performed. Now nursing management. Again, observation of the newborn and be alert to detect the sign and symptoms of tetralogy of Fallot. If sign and tetralogy of Fallot are noted, then pediatrician should be informed. Assessment of respiratory and cardiac status should be continued in pre-operative period. Intake output chart is maintained so that nutritional status and water balance is assessed. IV fluids may be started to correct electrolyte and water imbalance as per doctor's order. Anxiety level of parents is assessed and psychological support is provided to alleviate anxiety. Small and frequent feeding should be continued to maintain adequate nutritional status. Oxygen inhalation may be needed, which should be provided as per recommendation. The child and parents should be prepared for surgery by providing answer of each of their question. After surgery, vital signs are monitored such as heart rate, respiratory rate, temperature. Surgical site care is provided with aseptic technique to prevent infection and promote healing. Other nursing interventions include all the nursing care of hospitalized child that we have discussed in the previous lecture under heading Nursing Care of Hospitalized Child in the lecture Child Health Nursing. You can get link of that lecture by clicking on I button. Thank you students for watching this video. You can subscribe my channel on YouTube, that is My Student Support System, for latest update or such videos. You can also like Facebook page My Student Support System. For making your notes, you can visit blog My Nursing Students blogspot.blogspot.com. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and you can join Facebook group Nursing Notes. Thank you.